In before 11 o'clock tonight, Louisville Metro Police now say the fatal crash on the Waterston Expressway in South Louisville this afternoon is a fatal hit and run. Police say they need your help finding the driver who took off driving a tan-colored four-door sedan, last seen exiting off the Waterston onto 3rd Street. Police also giving these new details tonight. Just before 4 o'clock, a vehicle began to change lanes on the Waterston and hit a second passenger vehicle, causing that car to roll over several times. The adult driver and the only person in that car was thrown from it when it was rolling and died at the scene. Police say the car that rolled also hit a third car in the process, sending a woman to the hospital with injuries that are not life-threatening. The Waterston Expressway again was closed for 2.5 hours. Police looking now for a hit-and-run driver. And the late developing story here tonight. No school once again in Nelson County tomorrow for the second day now. Teacher and student walkouts and teachers and bus drivers calling out off the job are shutting down the entire Nelson County school system. In a letter sent home to Nelson County parents tonight, Superintendent Wes Bradley says that bus drivers and classroom teachers make up the bulk of the callouts. Bradley saying, quote, the current shortages are system-wide, including a high percentage of transportation team members along with significant classroom teacher shortages. Superintendent directly blaming the protests over a proposed plan to merge the county's 2 high schools. Teachers and students once again taking to the streets today. Today, educators and students chanting right outside the office of Amanda Deaton, one of the school board members who voted yes to the merger of the high schools. Principals and teachers we talked with today told us they sent a letter to the school board 8 months before Tuesday's vote, asking them not to go forward with the plans. So the big question, what will happen Monday?
In 2 months down the road, we'll probably be in the same boat because we have board members that aren't listening.
I would rather them be in school. But the reality of it is I cannot trust our board members that are making decisions about our schools, so that's why I have to stand up today.
Yesterday, our news team went to Deaton's office to request a comment. The receptionist did take down our number, but as of tonight, we have not had a call back. Thomas Nelson's principal of the high school there announced that despite the closures, they will still feed students tomorrow. In a post on Facebook, Kirk Merrifield says after generous donations, Nelson County school administrators will be handing out the food to students. The distribution will be at the New Haven School, Boston School, Bloomfield Middle School, and Cox's Creek Elementary School. Again, the distribution time from 11 to 12:30 tomorrow.
Will the respondent be removed from his official position as a Louisville Metro Council person?
If you support this, would you say aye?
Guilty on several ethics charges today. Tomorrow morning, we're going to hear again from Metro Council member Anthony Piagentini, who is now on the verge of being removed from office. The verdict from the Ethics Commission, guilty on 6 of the 7 counts of ethics violations. Piagentini was accused of leveraging his power as a local lawmaker to get a 6-figure brand new job. Last year, he co-sponsored a proposal to allocate American Rescue Plan money to a nonprofit. And while he abstained from the final vote, he did take a job with that agency the next day. Piagentini talked after the decision today.
Look, I'm not a perfect man. I'm sure I've made mistakes in my life, and I even said how there might have been ways I could have done things a little differently through this process. But I'm a citizen legislator. I was offered employment.
The next stop for Piagentini, removal from his seat representing fast-growing sections of eastern Jefferson County. In response to the Ethics Commission's findings, Louisville Metro Council President Marcus Winkler released a statement on the council's behalf that reads in part, the Louisville Metro Council has officially received the Ethics Commission's final verdict. Together, we will carefully examine the recommendations and determine the subsequent actions to be taken. Well, today's decision is the end of a nearly 3-month-long trial. Council members first hearing arguments back in August. Our focus team investigator Travis Breeze and photojournalist Emma Gefter show us how Piagentini is hoping to fight back against the decision.
What I'll say is what just happened there was a complete travesty of justice.
Councilman Anthony Piagentini calling out the Metro Ethics Commission for being biased and unethical.
And I'm waiting to see how this Ethics Commission can possibly document clear and convincing evidence that I broke these ethics rules.
The commission found him guilty of using his public office to get a well-paying private job, not properly disclosing a conflict of interest, and more.
Will the respondent be removed from his official position as a Louisville Metro councilperson?
In addition to that recommendation, the commission fined Piagentini $3,000, which one member objected to. It seems Mayor Greenberg will honor that recommendation, as he said about 1 hour after the vote, "The findings of the Ethics Commission are clear and unanimous. My administration will swiftly respond to these serious violations to preserve the public's trust in Metro government."
I was offered employment, and when I did that, I did precisely what the law and all of the council members over there have done for 20 years when they go through a recusal process. I abstained from the vote, and I did not discuss it from that point forward.
Piagentini, not convinced by this board's final decision, and promised to hold a press conference Friday morning to introduce new evidence and set the record straight.
I've been quiet up till now to respect the process. That will be no more.
In Louisville, Travis Breeze for the WHAS 11 night team on your side.
And again, that news conference with Piagentini is going to be held tomorrow at 10 a.m. By the way, the next full Metro Council meeting, where really the earliest a vote could be taken, is coming up on November 9th. To stay up to date on this developing story, stay with WHAS11.com. Louisville Metro Police, new tonight, are going back to old-fashioned policing, face-to-face, getting to know residents where they patrol. This has been a goal to return to community policing in the wake of the federal investigation into LMPD. WHAS 11 night team's Connor Steffen was there at a church in southeast Jefferson County where police got the feedback they need to hear.
You hear the term community policing a lot. This is what they mean.
We appreciate you taking the time and investing in your community.
LMPD, soon to be under a federal consent decree, is moving ahead, not waiting for the final orders.
So the more they know us, the more we know them. That just automatically is going to build trust.
Inside Buchel Baptist Church.
And this is phone number?
A meeting in the department's 6th division.
So we want to be partners with LMPD. We think that they can help us, but we know that we can also help them.
Not only was it a chance to meet the local beat cops.
Make sure for the different beats, ride by your hot spots, call for your 1011s, take people orders.
Residents also heard a live roll call at shift change.
It's building those relationships prior to a crisis occurring.
LMPD Chief Jacqueline Gwynn Billerowell says the event is long overdue.
And so now we're just turning the corner as to what LMPD can do better to actually build a better relationship with the community.
For people living in the 6th Division like Wanda Carson,
much needed for community policing.
It's a welcomed opportunity, but also simply a first step.
So right now, really don't have a feel exactly because this is the first one, but we're definitely looking forward to being involved in another.
Chief Gwen Billerowell says in time, LMPD plans to host these same events across all department divisions.
Because we are ready and we want to build this community trust and we want to work together.
It's just part of a multi-pronged plan for LMPD to once again engage the community in policing.
My goal and my focus is how can Louisville do it better? How can Louisville turn the corner on some of the relationships that have been broken?
Other initiatives already underway include an increased number of citizens police academies and the GRADE program, which deals with teaching young children gang resistance.
And that helps when you have a person-to-person contact.
The next step for LMPD on the road to bridging the trust gap in the community.
Would you like a sticker? Yeah.
In Louisville, Connor Steffen, WHAS 11 night team on your side.
Well, during tonight's meeting, the police chief, Jacqueline Gwynn Billerowell, also addressed gang violence in Louisville, as she did the other day, calling it a major issue facing our city. She says increasing trust in the community helps officers when it comes to receiving tips about gangs and, in turn, curbing gang violence. Well, work is underway to get rid of the dangerous chemicals that fill a home in Highview on Applegate Lane. Louisville Metro Emergency Services releasing these drone photos they took showing crews removing numerous containers. The containers are said to be filled with dangerous chemicals and explosive material. The owner of the home, 53-year-old Mark Hibble, is charged with burglary and wanton endangerment in connection to those chemicals found on his property. Hibble's attorneys have tried to delay the demolition, saying the destruction of the property would destroy valuable evidence. A company from Nicholasville, Kentucky is taking the home apart piece by piece. Applegate Lane is blocked off and filled with heavy machinery. In addition, a barricade of shipping containers now surrounds the home to protect the neighborhood. President Joe Biden addressing the nation tonight in a primetime address, which you saw right here on ABC and WHAS11 at 8. It comes on the heels of the president's trip to Israel. The president pledging unwavering support to Israel and successfully convincing Israel's war cabinet to open channels for humanitarian aid into Gaza. Tonight, the president advocated for more support to Israel, calling the assistance vital to both global and U.S. national security. The president also hoping to garner peace in the region.
Hard as it is, we cannot give up on peace. We cannot give up on a two-state solution. Israel and Palestinians equally deserve to live in safety, dignity, and peace.
Meantime, a U.S. Navy destroyer confirmed that it did shoot down several missiles launched by Iranian-backed organizations in Yemen. The Navy says they cannot say for certain what the missiles were targeting.